they'll lynch you. But he did, and he laughs at
Yes, everybody watching the West Ham Network, hope you are all safe and well, my friends. It's got a bit cold, isn't it, in the UK today? Ooh. Mrs. Button's got a jumper on. She's got one of those cardigan things, and unbelievable. I'm still in flip-flops and shorts until at least mid-December anyway, and then I'm in Florida, so I'll be wearing them until January. Here we go. As I said, if you're new around here, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a bloody good subscribe. Matchday lunchtime. Obviously, I'm not in Denmark. Probably it's cold out there as well. But obviously, we've got our Europa Conference League group stage match week 2 against Silkeborg. Away, 8 o'clock kickoff in the UK, which is probably about 10 o'clock. What's the time difference in Denmark? Let's Google it. Google time in Denmark right now. Oh, it's only an hour, so it's 9 o'clock kickoff in Denmark. Safe travel to people out there. Some people already out there. Seen some stuff from the West Ham Supporters Club. Going into a bar which is owned by former Bolton player Henrik Peterson, who was dishing out the pints. Let's see, we've got the chat quickly. Afternoon, Happy Hammer. Hope you're well. Never buffering here. Martin, hope you're well, my friend. Peter's in the chat. Got you on mute in Costas, just watching the messages. Kimber, hope you're well, my friend. Jan's here. Irons, how are we? Hope we're nice and warm. Razor from Australia, hope you're well. Come on, you iron balls, indeed. Nice to see you too, Sharky. Papa's in the house. It's 11 degrees. Oh, frosty. Afternoon, Adam. Hope you're old Lee. Good afternoon to you as well. So, loads of stuff we've had. We had Matt's stat attack at 9 o'clock. Check it out. We put out 9 o'clock UK time. Going through some of the sort of stats in terms of Silkeborg. Quite interesting. We've got Harry's 5-minute preview at about 4 o'clock today as well. And we've got Matchday Live with Anton and the review show immediately afterwards. Tomorrow we'll have our rating show. And then we'll have the press conference for Everton. And then we start it all over again. Your 11. We have another stat attack. We have another Harry's little show as well. We have Matt's the preview. God, I tell you what, it's like a kaleidoscope. That's the wrong word. Conveyor belt. A conveyor belt of West Ham Network videos. And get used to it, because whenever next week will be a bit quieter. But then October, woohoo! Mental. 9 games in October. Ralph, enjoying Costa Blanca. Very nice indeed. Stat attack. Or statatic. Very good. It was very interesting. Matt loves doing them, and he's stato, so it works really well. I would like to see Fabs in goal for this game. The transition for keepers is now for me. Don't think so. Not today, I'll tell you, be honest. Happy, I don't think it's going to happen. James Bond, good afternoon. You naughty bunch, indeed. Afternoon, John. Hope you are well. Hope you're excited. I'm excited for the game tonight. We've had a week off, haven't we? The boys have had a week off. Looking in terms of injuries and things like that, by the looks of it, apart from Agard, who is not quite on the grass but getting on the grass, and Ben Johnson, it's a fully fit side. It'd be interesting to see what Moyes does, particularly with likes of Cresswell and Dawson, if he plays them at all, given the fact that we're playing on an artificial, a plastic pitch, so to speak. Probably not great if you've got any sort of niggles around your ankles and things like that. Just nature of playing on an artificial pitch. Personally, I think Harry's going to give you his 11 about 4 o'clock. For me, I think it's a similar thing to everyone else. Really, I think you're looking at for my thoughts. I think you'll have Areola in goal. Actually, let's make one. Let me make one as we're chatting. Who do you think? What do you think the starting lineup's going to be tonight? Let me know in the chat. We'll go through them. I'm going to put my starting line. I'm going to do it live. Well, not live, but I'm going to put it together and show you. I know in the minority, but it's still Fabs for me. John, I'll be honest. I'm the same at the moment. I'm the same. He's done nothing to not. in my opinion, and everyone's like, yeah, you can split hairs all the time, and I'm sure, there's times where maybe Fab's not done something great, and I think Areola sometimes has done something great. We've got two good goalkeepers, so two good goalkeepers, and it seems to be working at the moment. If it doesn't work, then we change it. That's all we do, innit? That's all we do. Good day, James. John, don't you think he's too slow for the Prem? I don't think so. It hasn't been. It's not like. I think for me, it's not necessarily been too slow, but then I think sometimes Areola's a bit erratic. In my opinion, he's got that sort of. That bit of. What is it? How to explain it? That Adrian quality. Do you know what I mean? He's a little bit. Sometimes I think he can be a little bit erratic, but that's just me. Sometimes he comes out and flaps. I know Fabianski, everyone calls him Flapianski as well. Neither goalkeeper perfect, but I think either or you put in does a good job, and I think that's all that happens, and that's best for us. I had a dream that Antonio and Scamaca are playing as front two with Paqueta. Oh, lovely 10-0. I'll take that, Phil. 10. Indeed, it is. It is. Yeah. I thought it'd be a fight. For some reason, I had a 5-0 kickoff in my head because I assumed because it's away. I thought, because it's, but it's not. But I don't know. I don't understand how it all works. Watching West Ham early. We're playing 2 up front. Yes, please, indeed. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Nice to see you. Nice, indeed. Hope he's going to make a serious recovery with more minutes. That's the only way I think he needs to. For me, that's the only way he's going to get match fitness. He's had this virus, and to be honest, the other day he looked like he had the virus. Do you know what I mean? He didn't look with it. He didn't look sharp. I think hopefully he'll have a decent run outs and get some minutes under his belt because he needs it, and I think we need it as well because we need that. We need our striker to be banging form, particularly after the Everton game. We do have a lot of games coming up, and so we need the ability to be able to interchange those striker positions without too much fuss. And I think at the moment it's still, until he's match fit, it doesn't really work. How comes Fab hasn't got a lolly sponsorship? Indeed, Fabs team needs to start better than they did last week. I think they need to start better than they've done all bloody season. We've been a real second half match team, haven't we, all season, to be fair. But look, at the end of the day, it's a result that counts, and I think it's like today, for example, tonight, if we get a result, then hopefully maybe if FCSB pick up something against Anderlecht, we'll be 3 points clear, and then we have to play double header with Anderlecht in October, win those 2 games, and we're pretty much guaranteed top spot, surely. He's earned hundreds of thousands. Very good. Hark at Dave with his shiny new name, Dave H. R2 official make you look good or stupid. Having played in a few, I wouldn't. Yeah, but do you know what I used to hate? Is when, like the 4G, we used to get all those little black balls in there, and you used to get all over the place. Couldn't get rid of them. It's strange. There's a kind of obsession with goalkeepers. Well, I think it's. You're right. It's one part where I think it's the one area which I think just splits the fan base. Every other position, you pretty much there may be. It's almost like 50-50. I think with some, people on this channel, pro Fab, pro Areola. The fact is, we've got 2 people who could do the job, and that's really unusual. The last time would have been probably Adrian and Darren Randolph, and arguably these 2 goalkeepers are heads and shoulders above of where they were. But even after that, there was always tends to be like a first team goalkeeper and a reserve team goalkeeper or a cup goalkeeper. Now either or could come and do a great job. Martin's gone for a 4-3-3 with Emerson, Ogbonna, Dawson, Soufal. Nice. Lanzini, Soucek and Downs. Ben Rama, Scamacca and Cornet. Statistically, score their first goals around the... Oh, check you out, Happy Hammerette. They're very good at scoring in their league. I think Silkeborg, Viborg, they're 3rd in the league now. Silkeborg are 4th. So there we go. My prediction 3-1, but I'm lowering it to 2-1 now. I've given it a side. Oh, there we go. You see, watch Stato's stat attack, and you can understand a bit more about it. Wednesday must win game. We'll look better going into the international break. God, that's harder to say than I thought it was going to be. Did you see the England kits got released today? I mean, like the red kit's all right, but the home kit's awful. Is 1 year of membership, perhaps? I don't know, actually. No, I think you just get... That might be... I don't know. Don't ask me. Bong, I'm not obsessed with goalkeepers other areas, but is Dawes getting a start tonight? Don't know. You see, I've gone for... That's my side. I've gone for Areola and the back four of Emerson, Ogbonna, Kiera and Soufal. He may well decide to... someone, I think it was just now, James, someone put in Dawson into the Kiera. I could see that happening. Or maybe even take Soufal out, put Kiera right back, because that's where he plays for Germany. I think Downs has done enough he was, arguably my man of the match on last Thursday. Him in with Rice. And then I've got for my midfield 3, I've gone for Ben Rama, Paqueta and Bowen. Maybe 4 hours for Ben Rama, potentially, maybe. And I think it's definitely worth Skamaka starting. And then if worse comes to worse, we can always throw in 3 subs in it, like we did last time. No place for Lanzini and me. Sorry, Happy Emirate. Just don't think. No dodgy play in these tonight. You're totally right. I wouldn't put anyone in who's got a dodgy knee. Afternoon, Mitch, I don't know. I do not know what's happening with Ashby. I was reading an interesting article from Mr. Sean Whitston on 6'2" about the mystery of him. And I mean, John T at Football London put out the squad, and Ashby wasn't in it, and he wasn't in the full squad training yesterday. So obviously it means he's not. Might not have travelled with. No one's seen any pictures of him. It's a strange one, isn't it? It's a strange one. And then that alongside all the sort of news that we might be going back in for Wan-Bissaka in January might mean actually it's something we don't know about in terms of Ashby. I don't know. 2 on a plastic pitch will do nicely. Mate, I think any result any win is a win for us today. We need to get the win. That's what we've got to do. We've got to dominate this group. Do what we did in the Europa League last year in the group stages. Come out and just smash it and get 3 or 4 wins on your belt. And then we can, ease off a little bit. Play more of the under-23s maybe in the conference games, in the safe news that we've already qualified, that type of thing, and save their legs a bit. I'm pro both, just pro out. Yeah, fair enough. I've moved up the ranks. See what you get when you join. There we go. You see, you can look like Dave, be like Dave, and become a channel member. Actually, we'll do some. We're doing a. Probably tomorrow we'll do the September. We haven't done the September draw actually. We'll do that and actually a couple of the other guys haven't claimed their prizes, so we're going to do a mega draw tomorrow. Mega draw. So anyone who's a channel member gets automatically entered into the draws. We've got some signed prints, signed Russie B design notebook as well, signed by I think it's Stuart Slater. I can't tell because it's a squiggle. It's either Stuart Slater or Mark Ward. I think it's Stuart Slater. So there we go. Looks like Black Lace won't be bringing out a song for centre half we're linked to. We'll see what happens. No, apparently it's all a bit weird. Shouldn't be in contention. Shouldn't be in a competition with plastic pictures, Rob. Bowen out the England squad. It looks like he's played himself out of the England squad for the international break. That unfortunately, but we've said that for... Since he's basically not been playing very well. The announcement is due to take it's at 2:00, so we'll see what happens. I don't think he's done enough to warrant being in the squad over other players this season so far. Right, everyone's talking to each other. Ashby injured or sulking, he hasn't played on 21s. I know he's out there. Happy Emirates gone for Fabs. Kiera, Dawson, okay. Ogbonna, Dawson, Ogbonna, Emerson, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Why have you got 12 players? Dorsal, Ogby. Oh, so you're going to a back three. Okay. You've got a lot of players there. Check that. Can't risk him or in for a Bon. I can't risk him. Yeah, Matt, yeah, fair enough. No Zuma, Sucho, or Cressy for me today. Can't complain for being in the world's biggest open prison. Lol. How many members does your channel have? I have no idea. Over 50, I think. We always get about 50. We're always in about 50. Some people might drop off. Some people might drop on. That type of thing. About 50. There we go. I'm not missing out big time. Let's get... Okay, give it a like if you're up for the game today. If you're up for the game tonight, give it a like. If you're not, don't give it a like, you're not up for the game. There we go. And if we lose, it's all your fault. There we go. Just saying. At some point, we'll be good to see Antonio and Schumacher, whoever the super sub option works. And I think that's basically how it's going to work. And honestly, Dave, going forward, that super sub option. Everyone's talking to each other. Bowie not playing well enough. No, I totally agree, Phil. Totally agree. Something the Hedgehog over Pac-Man. Good afternoon, Ian. Hope you're well. Don't watch that rubbish. However, that's the third is pretty much Brisbane Raw FC colours. There we go. We'll find it hard on the plastic pitch. We would do. But I would hope that we'd have been playing on a artificial pitch last week. We had a week without a game, really, in terms of, obviously, with the Newcastle game being postponed. You would have thought they'd gone down to goals or Power League just to have a practice, wouldn't you? Downs must play best player last game, and it's all for his progression. I had a drink. Don't know what's going on. Progression into the Premier League. I totally agree. I think, and Harry makes it clear in his video that Downs, he thinks Flynn has to start tonight, and I totally agree. Maybe even dropping Mr. Rice and playing Souček. I don't know. Might be interesting to see those two play together. But I think Downs works in that sort of Declan Rice about 3 years ago role, and it let Dec sort of progress a little bit more forward. These Silkeborg aren't no mugs. Ain't no mugs. They know the back of the net. They've got the big lad up front, 6'5". He's a unit. They've got the dude. I can't remember his name. Well, I could, but Matt would butcher it anyway. Good assister, gets a lot of assists. So they ain't gonna be no mugs. So I think it's gonna be. We'll have to see what happens. No, Antonio. I think if we can risk not playing him, I wouldn't play him. But we'll see. No God Save the King. Well, it was for the British clubs playing in Europe, but number still played it anyway. So there we go. Scott, hope you're well. Time to move on from Luton, Oldham and QPR. Fair enough. Hoping to win today will give us a boost for Everton. Downs and Souček to start. 3-0. Let's get your score predictions in. What do you think the score's going to be today? Let's find out. I have no idea, mate. No idea. Most of the players wouldn't know the meaning of it in terms of a plastic pitch. We have to use these... I get that about Luton, Oldham, QPR. I'll get you now, sorry. We have to use these fixtures to give Downs, Cornet, Schumacher, Paqueta, Emerson time to gel with the team. You're totally right. And to be honest... 1, 2, I think all 5 of them will probably play tonight. I'd put them all down to start, I think. Medium rare, thanks. Waiting for a call from doctors about my latest long COVID flares. Oh, I hope you recover well, Ian. Hope you're well, my friend. Their new side looks tasty. Check you out, 23 goals. 5 goals already, number 23. Oh, you see, look at you. The patch apparently speeds up the game a lot. Oh, God. Not the quickest, are we, at the moment? Ojas goes a 4-0, Sharkies 5-0, 2-0. Plastic pitches should be banned. Simples 7-0, says David Stacey. Silk 4-0. I don't even. What is that? 2-1. Is that a 2? I'm just looking at my keyboard. What? I think that's 2-1. We have to score first. 2-0. Oggy hat-trick, 4-1. Some of our plastic fans will indeed. 2-1. I was right. No, it's because he went shift. And he went shift 2. That's what it is. See, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Don't worry. 4-1, 4-0. Wow, 4-0. Darren, hope you're well all the way over in Thailand. Hope you're well, my friend. 4-0. Wow. I don't think it'd be that much. I thought we was going to get that for the Stenar Bucharest game, but we weren't. Having a break is good and bad for us. Having a break, we need a break because the players were knackered. But the flip side is, we never play well when we come back from a break. Do we? We never come well back when we, there's always the international breaks. We come back and we'll be absolute trash for at least the first 45 minutes. I'd like to see a couple of goals. I reckon, 2-0, 3-0. Be nice to keep a clean sheet. The goal, last week wasn't great. In terms of, that we let them get out of the trap early. We've got to do what we did against Viborg, really. Away. And just, wonder if we were... they wear sort of blue. Wonder if we were in the third strip tonight. I quite liked it when I saw it on the Blackpool strip. When I saw it on the players, it looked quite good. But off the shelf, it looks horrible. Has anyone seen the report? Has bombed, and they do want to sell him. And everyone was like, "Oh, we should get Rigi. What about what's his name? Seema? Do you remember Seema? We were Sparta, Slavia Prague. Yeah, we're going to sign him, and then going to Brighton sign him. They loaned him to Stoke. I was reading an article today. He's currently 6 games, no goals for Slavia at the moment. Or I think he's gone back to Slavia. I think, mental. And so sometimes Moyes does know the right. Origi's been absolute trash. He's been voted. I think was he voted the worst signing in Serie A this season so far. Johnny Boy has made my friend 2-0 from John. Check out Claret and Booze. I'm sure you do anyway. But John and the boys are over there every game. These teams are big, strong veterans. We need to play some fast players, some strong. Perfect game for Dawson. You're totally right, and you're on both points, Scott. These aren't Europe. In Europe, they're very green. They're very green. Although they're playing blue, they're very green. But so are we. Really, we've only had one season in Europe now. We're hardly seasoned veterans in Europe, but. It's going to be very similar to that Viborg game. I think the crowd are going to be absolutely... It's only 10,000, but they're going to be absolute... But then how much was Viborg? Viborg's game wasn't huge, I don't think. Viborg attendance. Viborg capacity, that's what I want. I think they only had 5,000, didn't they? Sorry, they had that 9,500 in the Viborg Stadium. So similar. I think it's going to be a similar atmosphere by the sounds of it. In terms of the Viborg, and in terms of Silkeborg as well, having the fans be jumping. I mean, it was a good atmosphere, away, wasn't it? It was a good atmosphere. You think that the under-21s need to be scrapped and needs? Yep, I do. I totally do. And when we had Pete Butler on, if you haven't seen him, we had Pete on Tuesday. He was on good form, old Pete. Very good form. So check that out. And we spoke about, obviously, Peter's, until actually last month, was still the Liberia team manager, but they haven't renewed his contract. So he's at home painting fences at the moment. But he was talking about the lack of progression of kids into the first team. We've had the same discussion with Patsy Holland. We had the same discussion with Tim Breaker. And I think the under-23s is great, but the trouble is you're playing with your same age group and you don't get that. I think we had an interview, Anton, remember, I think it was from Izzy Ikupen, and he was saying how he basically learnt so much playing a game. I think it was against Spurs, and Les Ferdinand was getting the beating of him. And it was either Ian Pearce or Stuart Pearce. One of them was showing them how to sort of get one back on Les Ferdinand. It's the type of thing you wouldn't necessarily get on the pitch, on the training ground, for example. Right, what we got here? Let's move down. What we got here? What of paramount importance is that we don't get the injuries. We need a full squad versus Everton. Well, as full as we can. Obviously, Agard won't be back, and Ben Johnson, I think, still not 100%. So we'll see. Anton's turned up, nice with him. And because he's doing that, he won't phone me for 5 minutes. 3-0, half time, get 2 back with 5 minutes to go and squeaky bum time. Love it. Hope the West Ham sing Barbie Girl. Life is plastic, it's fantastic. Very good, Harry. Very good, Will. 1-1. I think having the game is good. Keeps match fitness for the rotation players. Totally right. Worst kits we've ever had this year. I quite like. I mean, everyone's got their own opinions. Do you know what? I quite like I quite like them because I mean that 92, 93 shirt was my shirt, and they're sort of. It's not. Yeah, the black shirt I quite like with the funny bits. Be nice if it was claret rather than pink. And the third strip looks alright on. I wouldn't buy it, but it looks alright on. All three strips are pat. Yep. What we got? Arnie. Yep. Top goal scorer in Serie A this year's season. Skaraka's going to be bang on today with his shots. I can feel it in my bones. He's had a week to recover from the virus as well. And even when he was, I know he got some pelters after his performance last Thursday. But to be honest, he still oozes class. He really does. He just gets into the right spots, and we're not used to a striker actually getting into the right positions. And Antonio wouldn't do what he did. And I know he wasn't at full fitness, but I think. He's still going to score a hatful of goals for us this season. No black, but he looks disgusting. 2-0. Anton likes it, which is good. I wonder how we've sold tonight. I don't know. Not a full allocation, because there was. If you didn't pick up your ticket, then you're going to not get a ticket for Anderlecht, and yeah, it's very weird. But tight game, 2-1 or 3-1. It's down. It's going to go. It depends how we start. Indeed, does anyone know if Aspie went? Nope, I don't think he did. No West Ham shirt should be white and orange, says Happy, says a Hammerhead. I saw the training top in the shop. Looks half decent. I like the ones that Moyes wears on the sideline. I want to get one of them. Quite like them. Maybe we need to start scouting these Scandinavian teams and pick up some of their talent. Well, I tell you where. I mean, we send at the moment to be concentrating a lot on Northern Ireland, and obviously there was that kid the day before yesterday who made history, 42-year history, in being the youngest player to play a professional game in the UK. 13 and 300 and something days. Mental. Why are we wearing Frutella colours? Very nice. I feel Umber have been lazy with their kits in recent years. Last year's was a nod to this. Yeah, it was indeed. And what Iron Brew. Don't get me started, Umber. We need Adidas back ASAP. Yeah, that's a tough one. It's a joke how expensive it is right now. It's all very expensive at the moment. Everyone's talking to each other. Let them all chat. Ciao from Sydney. Come on, you irons. Ciao indeed, Vito Sulo. What... Interesting. So in terms of Vito, game kicks off at 8 o'clock in the UK. It's coming up to 1 o'clock now in the UK. What time is it over there? What time will the game kick off? Let me know. Wonder how many of our current are playing on a plastic pitch before. As I said, I would have hoped so. I'd have hoped they might have gone down to Power League and had a quick half hour, 5-a-side, just to get used to it. I think it's gone back. It'll be awesome start. I totally agree. The black shirt is the only right one. I like that. I like the away shirt as well. Still don't own one yet. Always trying to steal my Pops' shirts. Shirts without sponsors, the best ones. Very few clubs do that. And that's a credit to West Ham. I prefer them without sponsors anyway. Although I've got all the sponsors, but this was before you could buy them without sponsors, really. But I prefer them without sponsors, particularly like gambling sites and stuff. I know it's what it is, but I prefer that. And so there's not many clubs where you can buy sponsorless shirts. So fair play to West Ham. I like them, and as I said, it's easy for Mrs. Budden. She gets one for Father's Day, one for my birthday, one for Christmas, just like blowjobs. What? Sorry. I like the kit. He even bought a home kit, black and white one a few years ago. Was one. Yeah, it was a nice one. Got to have great concentration for set plays. They're big man up front, 6'5" bloke up top, Helios or someone like that. Does anyone know why Rashford is out of the squad? Just out of curiosity. Well, he's not. It hasn't been announced yet, has it? Squad doesn't get announced at 2 o'clock, so there we go. We had Alves on loan from Silkeborg. No, we bought him. We bought Alves, didn't we? You're talking about we bought him, didn't we? And then we sold him to Alban Alves, wasn't it? Is that his name? Aberson Alves. Frederick. So we bought him, didn't we? No, Bromby. No, he's at Bromby now. Yes, we bought him from Silkeborg. It wasn't on loan. We bought him from Silkeborg. We loaned him out to Sunderland, and then he went. I think we either cancelled his contract. Did we cancel his contract? Yeah. Now he's at Bromby, so he's playing in that league. It's going to be 4-0. We disappointed everything less. Looking at the writing in. Look at the lightning in the third shirt. 5 a.m. Fair play to you. Really like the black kit. Might buy one when I come over this spring. Scott, let us know when you're coming over. We'll try and get you in the supporters club or at least meet up for a beer or something. Be nice to see you. Thought it might be 5. Do you know, Pete, I was the same. I was saying to hang on, I thought it was 5 o'clock. It's not. 9 p.m. in Denmark. It is. They're 1 hour behind. 2 a.m. kickoff. Now, does Darren Wimpkins 2 a.m. or veto for 5 a.m.? Don't know. Impressive though, bloody impressive. I can buy kids' shirts without a sponsor. You can buy them anyway. Sponsors, they go up to 4. It goes up to 4x, so I'm all right. 1 p.m. kickoff and nice lunchtime. I'll take a late lunch and watch and then catch up the second half. And don't forget to watch the West Ham Network. Anton will be doing the watch along. Hopefully, Mr. Bunnan will be along sometime. It's at the moment. It's the senior school open evening season. Johnny Osborne in the chat will know all these things. Yeah, so I've already done 2. We've got number 2 tonight. It's a tough gig. If we win, it's embarrassing. Hammerhead, we just need to win. I'm not bothered, but I think 1 or 2-0, maybe. I wouldn't say it's embarrassing, but we need to win. That's what we need to win. We need to win. Anderlecht away is 5. That's why I got confused. A win with no injuries, a win-win. Totally agree. 5 a.m. in Brisbane, Australia. Watching a West Ham stream still, and he was saying Silkeborg have an awesome manager. Fair play. I have no idea. Good luck to him. Literally the only benefit to being small. I'm an XL, so finding a fit is always fun. Difficult. Sounds good. Worst case scenario, I know I'll be able to find you by the statue. Yeah, I'll make sure I'm there. Schools, senior schools. Flo's in the last year at primary school in the UK. So yeah, so it's moving on to senior schools. So you have to have open evenings. You'll go around and look at all the work on the wall and talk to the teachers. And yeah, great fun. I'm going to go for 3-1. Is it only available to stream, guy? Is it only available to stream? I have no idea if it'll be on. Is it on BT Sport tonight? I don't know. BT Sport. I don't know what's on tonight. I don't know where it's on. 12 p.m. in lunchtime kickoff for in Portland, Oregon. A solid 1-0 would be nice. It'll do me. I just think anything will be good. Want to see our second half starting aside from Antonio. But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing the same team that started on the Thursday game. Give him another go. Let's have a quick look. Just looking. What am I looking for? I'm looking for Silkeborg, West Ham. Yeah, it's on BT. I should have just waited for you not to answer it. There we go. BT Sport 2. Should have just waited. Couldn't wait. Yeah, BT Sport 2. I was looking. All the others are digitally exclusive, so I think you can actually watch on BT all of them. Can you? Wow, fair play. That's pretty cool. 4-1 to the Mighty Hammers. Do you wear studs on the play? Don't you wear like rubbers? Do you wear rubber studs, or do you wear the really sort of thin ones? I don't know. Castmate forwards for everyone else, indeed. Thank you, Ian. Hate us going 1 down before the break. Would have to be studs. I think they're rubber studs. I think you wouldn't put normal studs in. Well, I don't know. It's on Stan TV in Oz for all Australian friends, for Vito and various others. On Stan TV. If you were like creating a TV channel and you thought, what should we call it? Stan. Yeah, I mean rubber studs. That's for afterwards if we win and we're all excited. But no, rubber studs. Yeah, I think it would have to, wouldn't it? I don't know. Cleats, crampons, trainers, but you can get special trainers with special soles. Well, I think we saw, I think it was Antonio training, and Anton was telling me. Antonio was pictures of him training on the pitch in his AstroTurf boots. You wear moulds, there we go. Exactly, that's what I mean. Yes, I thought, must be the Aussie channel for Dave. Spikes. We're not running 100 metres, my friend. Similar to studs, but soft rubber. That's what I mean. Yeah, moulds. Got to put some moulds on, indeed. Bring back the metal studs. Sharpen them on the stairs. Oh, that noise. That noise. Which reminds me of rugby. It does. Proper old school. Sharpen them up. File them down. They've been playing pretty good last few games going to the playoffs. Most likely be making it to the playoffs this season. Who's making it to the playoffs this season? The Timbers. Talking about the Timbers, fair enough. Dazun for Euros Premier League. Need 23 subscriptions to watch all the different games. Or you just watch one YouTube channel and listen to us talking about the game. Pikes and arrows, the clip clock. That's what I mean. Yeah, and then there was always when you stacked it a little bit. Nothing wrong with a good pair of sturdy of hobnail boots on an artificial pitch. Yep, nothing wrong with that. Still toe caps, bosh. Be good to score a few. Well clean sheet and no injuries. That's what I want, Pete. Win the game. No injuries. Clean sheet will be lovely. That's in order. Win the game. 2nd, no injuries. 3, clean sheet. Look at most players' boots. They don't put the studs on them anymore. It's already on the boat, indeed. On the boot, not the boat. Studs would tear the pitch off on a sliding tackle. The owners, pitch owners would not be very happy. I totally agree. They're called blades. Toronto FC had a rough start, but the signings may squeak in. Then they got what's name, haven't they? They signed what's his name? From Insigne, haven't they? Toronto? Is it Toronto signed Insigne? Fair play, dude. As I said, we've got coming up for the rest of the day. We've got 5 o'clock, or about 4 o'clock probably, Harry's 5-minute preview. Make sure you check it out. It's always very good. Gives you all the information. So when you go in the pub to watch the game, you got it already. Or just ask Happy Hammerette. She's already, she knows everything. Similarly, we have Matt Stat Attack this morning. And all about Silkeborg, the team, and all that type of stuff as well. Then we've got the watch along with Anton, 8 o'clock off, probably about 7ish, maybe a bit later, depends what time he puts the kids to bed, to be honest. And then we'll have the review show off that. Tomorrow we'll have the review show. We'll also the rating show. We'll also have a bit of a mega draw day. Mega raffle for our channel members. So if you want to become a channel member, click the join button and you get automatically entered every month into the members draws. So we'll do a couple of them tomorrow as well, and then we start getting ready for the Everton game. No rest for the wicked. So we'll have in the press conference for Hammer's headlines. We'll be having the preview on Saturday. Your 11s. So if you want to, we had a show yesterday where we sort of basically give you guys the opportunity to pick your 11 for the West Ham community. So keep an eye. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll see from tomorrow who's going to play in goal for Everton, all these positions, and then you can vote, and then we collate them all together and put it out on Saturday or Sunday, something like that. We'll also have all the stat attacks and all Harry's previews, and hopefully also we'll have probably on Saturday we'll have 5 things we've learned from the Silkeborg game from Harry as well. Keep on the channel. We've got loads of cool stuff starting. We've got some new faces coming on. So, as I said, keep an eye. Make sure you subscribe. And there's plenty of content, particularly during the international break for you guys as well. So, take care, everyone. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay warm. It's a bit cold. A bit cold in Hornchurch. And as I said, if you're new around here, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a subscribe, maybe become a channel member. As always, I'd like to thank all of our channel members at the end of each and every one of our shows. So bye, and we'll see you later on for the Silkeborg game. Come on, you Irons! Ah!
It's like a family tree. Part of you and part of me. And if we should separate,